when you're trying to emulate being black but you don't even know about black culture and you're trying to put black people in compromising positions, you look dumb. Just two white girls on different ends of the spectrum. Jumbo everyone, this is Editing Reese. I recently just found out some news. Didn't realize that she had her man wear a White Lives Matter shirt. Danielle, now I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of you because what are we doing? No. So yeah, I'm gonna be recounting a lot of the stuff that I said in this video because this is exactly what I'm talking about, like when white people want to be ghetto, and it's almost like the same thing that she was doing, that Alabama was doing, by not being culturally aware. And it's a little bit frustrating because it's like, yeah, you grew up in that environment and I'm not surprised that you have a black man and a biracial baby. But like, how are you gonna go on here and say White Lives Matter? Girl, you're white, your baby's literally part black, and you already know the implications that goes into Black Lives Matter. So I like, it's little stuff like that where now I'm side-eyeing you and I'm like, you're literally like almost on the same level as Alabama. And granted, you could be trolling as Bama and Kanye, but why do you even still want to be cosplaying as her after all this beef and everything? Like, I thought we were done with it. You dropped your songs, you knew they did good, so that's where I'm a little bit confused. But yeah, this video, I know it kind of looks like I'm defending her a lot, but that was before I saw the White Lives Matter shit. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Jumbo everyone, welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the white girls want to be ghetto. Specifically talking about Danielle Bregoli and Alabama Barker and the difference between the two of them. Without further ado, let's get started. So I had a whole video yesterday. I filmed it and everything, but I didn't like it as much. And yesterday I was in the shower. I'm like, damn, what am I going to film? And this video popped up in my head, this idea, and I was like, okay, that's tea. So I scrapped my whole video for today. We are going to film, edit, and upload all in the same day. I'm doing it again, but never say never. I can do it. And again, please watch the whole video without commenting some stupid shit, okay? I know sometimes y'all get excited, you want to comment something, but if you're commenting something on an opinion and you haven't watched the full video, please watch the full video first, because I hate re-explaining things in the comments when y'all can just watch the video. Anyways, I also want to show off my earrings real quick. Hold on, I gotta get close. You see my earrings? They mean interpreter. Oh, aren't they cute? I just wanted to show that off really quick because I love my earrings and they look so good. The main reason why I wanted to film this video and what this video is even talking about, what the basis of it is I want to talk about the differences of like white girls when they grew up kind of like in the ghetto or in that type of environment that's just like around black people, black culture, and you can see how it rubs off on them, versus when it's their daddy's money and they want to act ghetto, but like it just doesn't come off right because they've never been in that environment or grown up struggling or anything of that sort. So in this case, I wanted to talk about the differences between them because obviously we've all known Danielle since Catch Me Outside. She was 13 years old. She's around my age. She's literally a couple months younger than me. And so that's where I kind of want to talk about it, because especially with Alabama still being kind of like a child, I'm like, girl, you still have so much to learn. I remember when I was, 18, 19, now I'm 22, which is still crazy to say. With talking about it and going back to, like I said, the main reason why I wanted to film this video was, to show the differences. But also I got inspired to make this video because I really saw how Alabama just isn't educated when it comes to anything black. You want to be around black people all of the time. You want to try to be black. You want to try to emulate the black woman, but at the same time you can't understand the cultural aspect of not wanting to do dangerous things that would be dangerous in our community. AKA when in that video, which I'm going to include after I explain, in the video it's basically Jay Cinco, and I guess he went over to her house and they were streaming and they were playing Truth or Dare, and she's like, she picked it on, she's like, go ding dong ditch someone's house and run a da da da, and they're like, she's like, okay guys, let's go do it, and they're like, what? We can't, we're black. And they're sitting there trying to explain her, and she just has this stank fucking look on her face. It pisses me off. She has this talking about, they're boring, you guys are boring. No, they just don't want to fucking die. Like, I don't know why you don't understand that. And that's where I wanted to make this video, because talking about Danielle, yes, that girl does emulate black culture as well, but I think there's a difference when you've grown up in black culture and being surrounded by black culture, and even just her music. Like, let's be real, Danielle has been in that shit for however many years since she was younger. So it's like, now looking at Alabama trying to branch out, trying to have her whole little mini rap career, baby girl, that wasn't working out. It was so unnatural. Like, that just wasn't her thing, and we're all like, girl, sit down. Oh, who is you? Lean back, act like you finna do something.
Danielle, stop it.
Oh, who is you?
I'm your grandmother.
Lean back, acting like you gonna get up and do something. Get up and do something then.
No, I'm not gonna do anything, Danielle.
No, because I'm your grandmother. Because watching that clip now actually makes it, she's like, oh, who is you? Lean back, acting like you finna do something. Like, Danielle has always been like that, and that's where I'm trying to like make y'all understand that like Alabama is putting on a front, but this is Danielle. This has been Danielle, and we've all seen her like evolutionize. That's not even the right word. Is that the right word? Evolutionize? We've seen her grow up and stay kind of true to who she's been since she was a teenager. So her acting the way she is isn't really surprising, but like when it's Alabama trying to do it, it just doesn't look right. So I'm gonna include the clip here that I was talking about.
Choose a player to ding dong ditch, but they have to kick the door hardest. All right, so we should go do that, y'all.
In this neighborhood, bro, and then we get arrested, dog. We get arrested, dog, attempted burglary. Like, I ain't, you know, we black. It ain't gonna look good.
You thinking way too deep into it.
I'm saying, but that's the problems that we be going through, man. This shit real out here, you feel me?
Next, you see how boring they are?
No, we can do it. Let's do it.
But with seeing that, it's actually so embarrassing that Alabama doesn't understand the implications and the cultural aspect that you can't just have a whole bunch of black men at your house, go ding dong ditch rich people's house in literal, where do you live? Calabasas? I don't fucking know. And then expect them to just be okay with that. Even in the stream, they're trying to explain to her, talking about so we can get attempted robbery or burglarized or whatever, all that stuff. Like, they're literally naming the crimes that they could be charged for, and she doesn't understand that. And not only does she not understand, but she also doesn't give a fuck to understand. Her face when she's looking in the camera and they're trying to explain to her like, girl, we can't do this because we are black, she's all, so I think that's just like, you want to be around black people but you can't even take the time to learn black culture. What? That makes no fucking sense to me. So the way that I'm splitting this video up, kind of, obviously that was like the little intro, but now I'm going to be talking about Danielle versus Alabama, and then talking about how their lives differ in a sense. I need some water. Damn, that was good. Drink your water. Okay, so we all know Danielle from Dr. Phil, her being dubbed as the Catch Me Outside, and how that turned into a meme, but ultimately how that shaped her career. I think her being on Dr. Phil and having that televised and just like to be able to go back and look at it as proof, I think that shows that Danielle has been the same in the sense of like her attitude and how she perceives herself. She's very confident, very headstrong in who she is as a person, and she doesn't let anybody change that. Like the personality and the attributes of black people, because that's all she grew up around. That's kind of what she's been emulating since she was 13. We can even tell that by like the AAVE she was using and just her attitude in a sense. You can tell even though this girl is young, she's been around older people, let alone black people, and you can tell by how she is presenting herself. Danielle has also said so many times that even when she was popping off, making music, all that stuff, when she was underage, her mom was taking majority of her money, which that can be kind of hard if you're the breadwinner in the family now and your mom is taking all your money and you're not able to do anything with it. This is also where we can see right when Danielle turned 18, she literally broke an OnlyFans record of making $1 million in just a couple of hours, which also we can talk about the implications of that later, because why are men so creepy and want to see a woman right as she turns 18, but I digress. So she was making her fucking money off of that shit. And even in her song Miss Whitman, where she talks about 7 foreign cars, live on the hills, my shit ain't rented, keep my baby daddy name out your fucking mouth, fuck Will Smith it, hey. Yeah, I don't know what it is about diss tracks, but I'm just like, you ate with that one, you ate. So I think like Danielle has been making music though, even if it's been like all, you know, back then, she's been making music. And I don't know about y'all, I be playing Gucci flip-flops, Gucci flip-flops, like come on now. And then she had These Hoes, Hi Bitch, like Danielle has been making music. This is who Danielle has been. And even having features with like Kodak Black and other people, like she's been in the music industry. I don't know, this hasn't been anything new. So like for me to talk about like her attitude and who she is as a person, this has always been Danielle. And I was genuinely struggling on like what to call the video, because I wanted to at first talk about like white and ghetto versus rich and wannabe ghetto, but I felt like that wasn't like a, you know me, I like having little clickbait, little hooks on my video titles. So that's why I titled it like The White Girls Wanna Be Ghetto, in the sense of like, I know Danielle has already been kind of dubbed ghetto, but the way that I'm talking about ghetto is in the aspect of ghetto when white people call black people ghetto for doing things that are just them, in a sense. And I've talked about this in my past videos, but like where it's like, you know, a black person will do something, more specifically a black woman will do something, she'll get called ghetto for it, and then a white person takes it and reframes it, and it's like okay now and sophisticated and accepted within society, which I will never understand. But with saying that, am I calling Danielle and Alabama ghetto? In a sense. I'm saying it in the sense of like, what is it, like a metaphor? I don't fucking know. In the sense of, I want to talk about the different lifestyles of, you know, growing up in that type of environment with black people and not having a lot of money and all that other type of stuff versus using daddy's money. This has never been Alabama. We can go back and look at her history, and homegirl, this has never been you. Even at the same age you were as Danielle, y'all were still doing completely different things. So that's why I'm like trying to emphasize the fact that, like, yes, I know Danielle is white, we know that, but homegirl grew up around majority black people. However, for Alabama, she did not. Your parents are literally, we will go into it later, but your parents are literally Travis Barker and your stepmom is Kourtney Kardashian. What are you doing? And even just going back and watching Danielle's Dr. Phil videos, we can see the type of environment she was growing up in, so it's not to be surprised why she acts the way that she does. But with Alabama, I am gonna judge you because you are a white girl who grew up off of daddy's money and you want to be black so damn bad, but it doesn't look good. What are we doing? Okay, so now moving on to Alabama in this aspect of the video, and with saying that Alabama has always had a luxurious lifestyle. She's never had to work. She's never had to worry about money. She has probably gotten everything she has ever wanted as a child. So taking all of that and connecting it, we can see why she kind of has this like spoiled mentality of everybody should do what I say because it's my house and I get to say what we get to do. Okay, sorry, Buki. But with saying all that, you have this luxurious lifestyle, yet you are hanging out with people who have the complete opposite lifestyle of you. How does that make any sense? And I get it because I'm not trying to say like, oh, you can be better than someone and they have less than you and you can't hang out with them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you are a rich white girl from where is she from? This shit's gonna piss me off. We're gonna say she lives with her daddy in Calabasas because that's what it's saying and that's what I've been saying and that's what I've been assuming. But you are a white girl from Calabasas. You are hanging out with hood niggas, YNs, and then you get surprised when you get robbed. Did you think you were safe, Buki? Because people can say one thing to you, your dumbass is like, okay guys, let's go to my house, and then you have these niggas rob you. I don't want to hear that shit. You can also tell she is a pick-me. This girl is a pick-me. I just talked about this in a couple videos ago where I literally said, confessions of a former pick-me, that man doesn't like you. And like watching it is just so cringe because literally in the video, they're talking, Jay Cinco and her friend, they're talking about cooking and like making or whatever. He's like, oh, what can you cook? She's like, I can make steak. Literally a couple days ago, I just made steak with some vegetables, da da da. Alabama talking about, I made steak too. Girl, who the fuck was talking about you and who was talking to you?
Malaya said she could cut.
Yeah. Huh?
No, I said he go. Girl, you
so what can you cook, Malaya? What you cooking?
You know what? I actually made steak and rice the other day with veggies.
You made steak and rice?
With veggies, I did.
Who ate it? Anybody here ate it?
I made steak before.
You made steak?
Yeah.
And you ain't eat it?
Like, and this is what I'm saying by like, you tried to take the attention off of your friend because the dude that you like was having a conversation with her, so you had to jump in there and be like, well, I made steak too. Who was talking to you? And this is exactly where Danielle is talking about, I see why you ain't got no friends, you miss out, fuck your man. Homegirl was scratching her coochie on the fucking thing. How? Why? No, she was full on digging in that shit. But it's definitely giving. I think we all sing. I think we all sing. You're giving a pick-me. Calm down. I think also, like I've talked about a little bit earlier, like with Alabama and just like the drastic, like just change in personality and language and AAV. Damn, y'all. Come back out. Oh my God. Okay, it's come back out. Oh my God. Sorry about the lighting, y'all. The sun keeps getting covered by clouds. So, okay, prime example. But like I was saying, like this drastic switch. Alabama, you started wearing wigs, your makeup, even the way you do your gloss, all emulating black women. What I have to say about Alabama Barker, you literally could have been the next Paris Hilton. Your daddy is Travis Barker and your stepmother is Kourtney Kardashian. You could have been traveling around the world, living your best fucking life, posting that. You're trying to emulate this rich white girl who has a weird power dynamic over her friends because all of her friends are less fortunate than her, and so it looks like you're always the one providing for everybody, so then people can have a reason to come back to you and use you for another, like, you know what I mean? People are just using you. You don't have any actual real friends because not only are you a pick-me and you always want to be around men, but at the same time you put your friends down in front of men to make them look some type of way so you can look better. You don't look better. You look like a damn pick-me. You want to emulate. Are you fucking kidding me? Somebody said literally perfectly, they want our rhythm but they don't want our blues, and essentially what they're saying by that is you want to emulate what it's like to be be black and all of the cool attributes and cool attitudes and AAV and everything that comes with being black, but when it comes to knowing about black culture, you couldn't give a fuck, which is exactly why she made that face and why she felt some type of way when they literally told her, no, we're not gonna go ding dong ditch people in rich Calabasas so they can call the police on us and then what, shoot us dead? No, this lighting will be the death of me. Y'all, I apologize for the lighting. Oh my god. So with saying that as well, she was just a little too happy to be like, okay guys, let's go do it, after reading the card. Yeah, Buki, you go do it. That's why they were like, you can do it and we'll stand back here, and if the cops pull up, then you're the one who gets in trouble and not us. Because why would you even try to put black people in such a compromising position? I don't understand that. And this is exactly why I'm saying that when you're trying to emulate being black but you don't even know about black culture and you're trying to put black people in compromising positions, you look dumb. So with ending off here, what do I mean by the white girls want to be ghetto? Essentially throughout this video, I wanted to talk about the differences of growing up in this type of environment versus just trying to emulate it and not caring and not knowing anything about actual black culture. Danielle has grown up, she's been doing this, she's been in the music industry, she's been making music, and just this is her personality. You can go back online, that's why digital footprints exist, to see if people have been true to their word. We can't forget, these are both white girls, just two white girls on different ends of the spectrum. And the reason why I just say, like, yes, we know this is Danielle, but Alabama just makes it look 10 times worse is because she's trying to be somebody she is not. Like I said, this girl could have been, people are saying, like the Avril Lavigne or even a Paris Hilton. You have two rich parents. You don't have to worry about nothing, but you would rather just like be around white ends who couldn't give a fuck about you and probably talk about you behind your back. So with saying all that, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, this little mini rant, because I literally scrapped my whole video yesterday, but I felt like this needed to be talked about because it's just like very interesting to see the parallels of somebody who grew up in that type of environment versus somebody just trying to emulate but not really care. Again, the main reason why I wanted to make this video is because of Alabama and seeing that clip on how she just really didn't give a fuck. And I'm like, oh, so not only are you trying to emulate what it's like to be a black woman, but you want to put black people in compromising positions. Got it. Anybody going forward who's gonna hang out with this girl, y'all need to understand that. I understand that clout is one hell of a drug. It surely is. But at the same time, is it worth your dignity? I don't think so. I can't hang around people who don't even know the basis of black culture. Like, please, if you can't understand why I can't do certain things because I'm black, then I just can't be around you because I'm not gonna sit there and explain it to you. All right? Okay, I think that's enough rambling for me today. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.